This is PC Gaming Digest, and welcome to this review of the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Today we've got with us the Redmi Note 5, which is advertised as the Redmi Note 5 Pro in India, but Redmi Note 5 globally. So let's check this thing out. We've got a 5.99-inch full screen display, dual cameras, a 4000 mAh battery, and a Snapdragon 636 processor. So let's open this thing up. The phone is the first thing you see as soon as you open the box, and as I have previously mentioned, I have been using this phone for a few days to go through it properly and have a more comprehensive review to share with you guys. Let's just fast forward that through my very slow opening of this box. Inside this little box you'll find a free case and a couple of manuals. And the charger. Now this phone comes with a Quick Charge 3.0 certification. However, the charger that it comes bundled with is a regular charger and does not support quick charge. Now let's put all that aside and get into the phone. Before we start, I should note how you can see my sort of ghetto tripod setup over here. It's basically a phone on top of a stick. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. So we've got the Redmi Note 5 here, and let's quickly turn it on. The phone comes with a beautiful 5.99-inch screen display. The phone also has a metal back which helps give it a very heavy feel to it, but not too heavy. It's just heavy enough to feel very premium in your hands. So again, we've got a 5.99-inch screen with a 18:9 aspect ratio with a resolution of 1080 by 2160. The phone is mentioned to have Corning Gorilla Glass, however the version is unspecified, but my best bet is that it is probably Gorilla Glass 3. The phone is extremely easy to use and extremely fluid. Out of the box, the phone comes with MIUI 9.5 and Android 7. However, the OTA update for MIUI 10 with Android 8 is available, and I have currently upgraded my phone to MIUI 10. So the phone comes with a Snapdragon 636 processor, which is really good for a budget smartphone. It also comes with 3 or 4 GB of RAM and 32 GB or 64 GB of internal storage. The version that I'm using is the 3 GB and 32 GB version of it. So we've got a 20 megapixel front camera along with an LED flash. The back cameras are a dual camera setup, with the first one being 12 megapixel and the second one being 5 megapixel. So all in all, this phone is pretty great. It's very fluid, very easy to use. As I mentioned, I've been using this phone for a few days and it's been an absolute treat to use. The battery is a 4000 mAh battery and it should get you at least a day of usage no matter how hardcore of a user you are. The phone handles multitasking fairly well with its either 3 GB or 4 GB of RAM. However, MIUI is very aggressive with RAM management and tends to close apps that are further in the background. The apps are very responsive and open fairly fast. And the scrolling is very fluid. I've noticed very minimal scroll lag. So let's check out the fingerprint unlock on this. So after locking my phone, you can see that the phone unlocks pretty fast. For a budget smartphone, this is one of the best fingerprint sensors that I have seen on the market due to its snappy responses and fairly accurate verification. The camera on this phone is extremely good for its price point. The dual cameras allow us to have a actual portrait mode on the back cameras. The front cameras also do come with a portrait mode, but that is handled by an AI. It's not the greatest front camera portrait mode because you do tend to get some slight wrong blurriness here and there, such as the edges of your hair, etc. However, it's an extremely nice feature to have on a budget phone. So these are some of the pictures that this camera has taken. This particular phone takes some amazing pictures. It comes with HDR enabled, however, getting it to work is a bit of trouble as it requires a very strict environment for it to work properly. When there is good lighting, you're going to get some amazing pictures. When it's in low light, however, the pictures are good, but it's definitely nothing to write home about. All in all, the camera is a great performer for this price point. There are much worse cameras on much more expensive smartphones. In conclusion, this is a pretty great phone. The 4000 mAh battery is an absolute treat. Like I mentioned before, a full 24 hours of battery life will be easily achievable on this phone. The phone is pretty big, but not big enough to feel clunky in your hands. It is extremely well built. The fingerprint unlock is really good and responsive. The Snapdragon 636 processor is the best processor you can find at this mid-level price range. The Redmi Note 5 is extremely fluid and responsive even with MIUI on top of it. So that's all for this review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and watch out for our gaming review of the Redmi Note 5 Pro coming up soon.